Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about how a narcissist gets you trauma bonded because so many people are suffering and can't get over the narcissist, or they've gone no contact and they're still ruminating about the narcissist. And I'm going to talk about why you became trauma bonded to this narcissist, okay? So let's talk about this. In the beginning, when you got involved with that narcissist, they gave you a lot of attention. This is the love bombing, all right? They gave you more attention than probably you ever got from anybody else in your life, okay? And if you're somebody who's a vulnerable person or somebody who's been through a lot, and then here comes a person who gives you a lot of attention, it's going to give you a dopamine rush. It's going to make you feel good, okay? Because you're saying to yourself, this is the answer to my dreams. You're looking for that person that's going to make you happy, and here comes the narcissist, filling in the gap and making you feel complete. And they know how to do that. How do they know how to do that? Because the narcissist has studied you. Even from the very beginning, that narcissist studied you, studied what your dreams was, realized what made you tick, realized what didn't make you tick. They future faked you and built up a fantasy in your mind. Why did they do that? To hook you, okay? Their narcissist's goal in the beginning is to hook you because you have something that they want, all right? And people think that the narcissist is in it for love. The narcissist is not in it for love. They're in it for supply, whatever it could have been. It could have been for security, having somebody at the time. It could have been for sex. It could have been for money. It could have just been, they felt you were giving them a lot of attention. And so the narcissist played you for that attention. See, a lot of people, they miss that. They'll say, oh, the narcissist didn't want sex out of me. They didn't want money out of me. They must have cared about me. No, they were with you for something else. It could have been, you were a mommy or daddy figure that was just a support system, somebody to talk to when they're bored, or just to have somebody that, it was an ego boost for them, that they knew that you were into them, you were sweating them. So how does a narcissist get you trauma bonded? Because of that over-the-top attention they gave you that made you feel so good, all right? You gotta, say it like it is. Even though narcissists, in the end, you see what they are, and they're creepy, and, they're wicked and everything in the end. But in the beginning, they made you feel good, and that's why you got hooked, all right? So a narcissist plays upon your emotions. They play upon your emotions by killing you with kindness and flattery in the beginning till they get what they want, all right? A narcissist is very kind, very, can pretend to be loving, give you a lot of attention till they get what they want, all right? Or till they hook you. Then the mask starts to drop. They start to devalue you. They may have other supply on the other side. And then you see the true core of that narcissist, which did not have good intentions. Go listen to my podcast, because it's one of my best podcasts about the intent of the narcissist. I did it a while back, and you'll understand. So they get you trauma bonded. How do they get you trauma bonded? Because when they pull away and they're cold to you, because now that they have you, all right, they could be getting bored with you, or their interest could now be going to somebody else. Because here's the other thing you got to keep in mind. Narcissists love the chase. They love the chase. And during the chase, they may flower you with a lot of attention. But then once the chase is over, now they got to go chase somebody else because they love that rush, all right? And they might have already gotten the supply from you. So once they pull away that attention and they run cold on you, it's not the narcissist that you're going to miss. It's the attention that you got, okay? It's that feeling that you got, of feeling good about yourself that the narcissist made you feel, all right? It's not the narcissist that you miss. It's the fake love that narcissist gave you. And I have to tell you guys, the more trauma bonded you are, the more you had emptiness already within yourself, okay? People that are very, very trauma bonded are trauma bonded so much that they can't let go because they're so unhappy within their lives already, all right? So when you're somebody, let's say, who has a rough life, maybe you're a single parent, maybe, you have all this responsibility on your back. You have kids, you have responsibilities, you're being a mother and a father and something like that. And a narcissist comes along and, they give you this dream like, oh, we're going to have a wonderful life and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And you're somebody who's maybe lonely, maybe, very sad or depressed or something like that. And here comes somebody, the narcissist, who gives you that dopamine rush, all right? They give you that dopamine rush. You're going to fall hook, line, and sinker, and you're constantly going to try to get that dopamine rush back that the narcissist gave you. This is why you constantly make excuses. When the narcissist breaks your boundary or is toxic, you constantly make excuses because you want to make it right. You're trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. You're trying to get back that person that you had in the beginning. But what you missed, you guys, is the fact that that person never existed. Okay? And you don't realize this till later on down the road when you're out of the relationship, you step out of it and you start to say to yourself, you know what? They really weren't the nice person that I thought they were. They were only nice and kind because they wanted something or they were trying to hook me. That's why I always say to people, when a narcissist is being nice to you, look at the timing of it. It's usually in the very beginning or when they're trying to hoover you back, all right? Or they're trying to earn your trust for something because they want something out of you. A narcissist is kind and nice when they want something out of somebody. It's like that reel that I put out where I said, just look at how the narcissist treats other people. And a few people, they didn't get it because they were like, oh, they're so nice, other people. And I had to clarify that. And I said, but they're not nice to their exes, right? Because they didn't need anything anymore out of their exes. They're only nice to people that they need something out of. So the point is, in all of this, is that you miss that attention. You miss that flattery. You miss that dopamine rush, okay? And that's what you miss. You miss that fantasy. You don't miss the narcissist, okay? Because the narcissist themselves is not a nice person. They're a cruel, wicked person that has no empathy. They're a person that is selfish, self-absorbed, and out for themselves. They're a person that doesn't care about your feelings. They don't care that when they put you down and tell you things like, you're fat, you're old, you're ugly, you're a loser, you're this, you're that. That's not somebody that loves you. People that love you do not want to hurt you. Okay? So that right there tells you this person never loved you. If somebody could put you down in a wicked way and devalue you, they never loved you, okay? That's not love. And narcissists don't love, all right? They don't want to feel that vulnerability and set themselves up to getting hurt. So you become trauma bonded a lot of times because you relied on that narcissist to make you feel good, instead of having that feeling of goodness from other things in your life. You became codependent on that narcissist for your happiness instead of being independent and having other things that would make you happy, okay? Happiness comes in a lot of different forms. It's not even just in a romantic relationship. You can find happiness in your hobbies. You can find happiness by being successful in your career. You could find happiness by spending time with your children. There's a lot. You can find happiness by spending time with if you have good family and spending time with them, or enjoying yourself and doing things with your friends. There are a lot of different ways that you could find happiness, but you've you fell for that love, that fake love. That's what happened. You fell for that fake love, that dopamine, like, oh my goodness, my dreams have just been answered, because you relied on the notion that there is one person in this world that is going to fill all of that gap of unhappiness for you, and you thought that that was the narcissist, okay? This is why you never, ever, ever, now listen here, you guys, you never, ever be codependent on anybody for anything, okay? I don't even care if you're getting engaged and you're getting married, all right? Because anything could happen in life. Anything could happen. You could be married to somebody 20, 30, 40 years and the relationship could break down. This is why you need to have your own thing. You need to have your own money. You need to have your own friends. You need to have your own interests, so that today or tomorrow, things don't work out with the person you're with. And if it's a narcissist, forget it. You're going to be devastated if you don't have those other things in your life, all right? Because you became codependent on the narcissist for your happiness instead of building up the other things in your life. And what a narcissist knows this too, by the way. And this is why the narcissist wants to isolate you from friends, from family, from the things that you enjoy, from going to the gym maybe because they're threatened about you looking good or who you could meet at the gym. A narcissist is going to try to sabotage anything and anyone that makes you feel good and gives you support. So they will try to isolate you from friends and family so that you don't have that support system. See, a narcissist's goal is to devastate you and make you feel like you're nothing, you're worthless, that you are completely codependent on them for everything. That's the narcissist's goal, and to get that supply, all right? So your goal should be as independent as fuck, all right? That you don't need anybody. You guys, this is the key to power, all right? This is the key to power, is to be able to stand on your own, is to not need anybody. You know who's strong? The person that can stand on their own. You know who's strong? The person who could stand in loneliness and ride through it and be okay, all right? That's the person that's strong, not the person who's got to jump into another relationship because they're weak, because they can't be alone, all right? So in order to build that strength, you have to kind of go through it. So understand this. You became trauma bonded because of that emptiness, that void that you had within yourself. And you may not even have realized it. But if you became trauma bonded to a narcissist, it's because you felt an emptiness and you felt that that narcissist was the only thing that was ever going to make you happy. You never thought that you could find somebody else that will make you happy. There are many people in this world that can make you happy. There is not just one soulmate, all right? That's a fallacy, okay, you guys? Because there are many people in the world that could be your person, all right? So stop thinking. See, this is the biggest problem, is that fantasy that people embed in young men and women growing up, thinking the fantasy of, ooh, you get married, ooh, you marry, there's that one person in this world that's for you, and ooh, you live happily ever after. This is not how real life is, you guys. Real life is you find somebody who's your partner, who's your support, who will sacrifice for you and everything. But it's not fantasy land, okay? It's not fantasy land. You have to be able to deal with the rough times in life. And see, the difference with the narcissist is they don't want to deal with the rough times in life. They bail in rough times, all right? They bail in rough times. So, then you're left on your own. So that's why you have to be a very, very strong, independent person and be able to stand on your own so that you are never, ever codependent or trauma bonded on somebody else. How do you do that? You build yourself up, okay? You build yourself up. You take care of your self-care. You take care of your health. Maybe go to the gym, go on walks. When you feel good, rather when you look good, you're going to feel good. You become independent financially. You don't ever want to be dependent on a narcissist financially. Okay, that's one of the worst things in the world, because you are a servant to that narcissist if you're dependent on them. And there's a lot of people that are dependent on narcissists and can't leave marriages because of money. All right. So if you're trauma bonded, we're just going to talk in general. If you're trauma bonded to that narcissist, it's because the narcissist played on your emotions. They played on your emotions. And another way they play on your emotions is to re-love bomb you as well. So they may run cold on you because that's the red flag that they really are a cold person, all right? Or they're busy doing something on the side with somebody else. But then what they do is they reel you back in with the love bombing. They come back. They come back like a cancer comes back to kill you, to slowly kill you and play with your mind. They come back and you're thinking they come back because they care. No, I hate to tell you, you guys, they're not coming back because they care. They're coming back for the supply that you had to offer them. Okay, maybe they're bored with who they had, or maybe things went bad with who they have. So they're coming back for that supply, all right? So that also trauma bonds a person, because they say to themselves, oh, they keep coming back, they must really care. No, they don't really care. They are rotating supply, and now they're back at you. And then after they get the supply, they're going to be cold again and rotate to the next person, then rotate to another, because this is what narcissists do. They rotate the supply and they come back to you, all right? So this will have you trauma bonded as well, because the narcissist keeps coming back, okay? That's why you got to shut that door. No contact, block. They contact you, no response, okay? Because it's going to be a repeat of the mess, only worse. And you're going to look desperate, all right? The narcissist is going to look at you like a sucker. You're desperate. You don't know the game, all right? So once somebody breaks your boundaries, once somebody shows you who they are, once somebody shows you that they really don't fucking care about you, you kick them to the curb, all right? Don't ever let somebody like that back into your life, all right? Because they showed you they don't care, all right? They're only going to come back like the devil comes back to try to fool you. Don't let them back in. Don't let them back in. I'm telling you, I'm trying to save your life, all right? Trying to save your life. If they were so great, you would have never, ever broke up with them in the first place, all right? If they were so great, they would have tried to resolve conflict with you, which they didn't, right? All right. If they were so great, they would have humbled themselves and taken accountability, but they don't. Right. All right. So, they weren't so great. So let's stop, ruminating about this toxic person that just gave you a dopamine rush and made you feel like they were your partner when they really weren't your partner. They just manipulated you to get something out of you, to use you for the time being until they got tired of you or something better came along. All right. So you got trauma bonded because you missed that feeling. You missed that feeling that only a narcissist could give you. All right. Only a narcissist could give you. And guess what, guys? That's not real love. That's not real love. That's a dopamine rush. That's a lust feeling. All right. That's not a love feeling, because a love feeling is about safety and security. Okay. It's about patience. It's about understanding. All right. That's why love, you water love, it grows slowly, but it's a solid growth. Whereas lust moves fast and it dies fast, okay? Lust is not love. And people are trauma bonded to a narcissist, not because you love them, because you lusted them, because of that lustful feeling that you had with them, okay? You've got to acknowledge that in a lot of ways, because how could you possibly love somebody that hurts you in so much? That's not love, you guys. That's lust. How could you love somebody that tried to hurt you, tried to put you down, that criticized, judged you, that, had no respect for you? See, if they can't respect you, they could never love you. And a narcissist doesn't respect you, so they can never love you. Understand this. See, people don't get that concept. I didn't get that concept when my dad told me that years ago when I was getting engaged to my first boyfriend. He said, the person's got to respect you, in order to love you. And that's so true. That's so true. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is this, you're trauma bonded to a feeling. You're not trauma bonded to the narcissist per se, the feeling, the person rather. Okay. It's early and I'm tired. Okay. And I'm trying to talk fast because I know I'm going to get interrupted here, but understand this. You were trauma bonded to the feeling that only a narcissist could give you. And that feeling, you guys, is that fantasy of wonderfulness, okay? The feeling of being with this person who makes you feel fantastic, all right? But it's not a reality. I hate to tell you, it's not a reality because that's not, the narcissist is not a fantastic person, all right? They built themselves up in your minds to make you think that they are a fantastic person. But the reality is they're a very cruel person that blame shifts, that lies, that manipulates, and is not a good person, okay? So when you were trauma bonded to the good things, the good times that you had with the narcissist, but you could have good times with the devil, okay? You could have good times with the devil. Did you hear me? Yes, you can, all right? But the devil will destroy you. Understand that. You could have good times with drugs and alcohol, but drugs and alcohol will kill you, okay? Just like the narcissist will kill you if you let them, all right? Because the intent is not of purity. It's not a good intent. They have a malintent when they understand this, all right? They have a malintent when they got involved with you. They didn't come with a pure heart. They came with a black heart, a tainted heart, or they didn't come and their intent, they were not all into the relationship, all right? That's the biggest revelation, is that they were not all in when you got involved with that person, all right? And you are just addicted to that dopamine of that fantasy that they gave you, okay? You got to break that, and you break that by getting yourself together, by having other things going on in your life so that you don't fall back on that narcissist. And you guys, one other thing, time does heal all wounds. So you give it time. The more you have going on in your life, the better it is. And that's how you get away and you break away from that trauma bond and you get away from that narcissist. And you have to stay away from them in order to see them for who they are. Because if you get entrapped again, you're going to be clouded because they're going to gaslight you and make you think that they really care about you when they don't, all right? They don't. If somebody who cares about you would never take a chance of losing you. Understand that, all right? So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. I got to run. If you're looking for a one-on-one confidential phone coaching, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, you don't know how to handle this person, check out the link in the bio for one-on-one phone coaching at the askyaz.wixsite.com. If you want all the information on narcissism, over 5,000 videos almost, check out my YouTube at the Game Exposed podcast, where everything's on YouTube, you guys. Eventually, I'm going to move over completely to YouTube, I think. So check out the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube, because everything's on there. And Facebook and Instagram is the Game EXP123, and TikTok is the Game Exposed. And have a great day.